with Omega Strikers being an officially released game for about 4.5 months now, and a brand new season on the horizon, possibly at the end of August or sometime in mid-September, where there's going to be a bunch of major changes to the game. I really want to do a video kind of the state of the game right now. Some of the good things about the game and some of the bad things that really need to be fixed with the game, and just putting a lot of time into the game. I do play Omega Strikers on the Switch. I don't think that really matters, but a lot of people do play on PC, whether it's on Steam or that type of thing, or even other consoles, or even on mobile. I think it's on as well. But I just wanted to do a video kind of breaking down the game and kind of the state of Omega Strikers right now. Keep in mind, this is not to hate on the game. This is just pretty much a criticism and like improvement / feedback type video. It is really early for the game, and the game's only been on for 4 months, at least out of like beta for 4.5 months now. There is plenty of time for the stuff I talk about in this video to be improved and that type of thing, and for the game to change. So do not take it in the wrong way. I don't mean any ill will towards the devs or anybody that actually does enjoy the game. This is meant to be more of a video kind of talking about the state of the game after 4 months and some stuff that's good with the game, and some of the major things that need to be changed going forward to overall improve the game. And at least for me, I think the game would actually be a lot better with some of this stuff added. Let's get right into it. The main reason I'm doing this video is I feel like Omega Strikers right now is just purely a casual game, which may not seem like a casual game because I know there is pro play and that type of thing for the game and that as well, and there is like top 500 ranked and that type of thing, but we'll talk about ranked separately in the rest of the video. But I feel like the game's just purely made for casuals. It is one of those games right now that you kind of just go on when you have a little bit of free time. That's kind of more of like a brain dead, like brain food type game, to where you don't really want to focus on something too much. So you kind of just play a couple games here and there, go on, play some of your favorite strikers, and then hop off and then wait till they update the game again with either a micro patch or some like a more of a major patch when they add a new striker or some new awakenings or maps to the game. I think that's just mainly what the game is right now, and the game just really lacks reasons to actually play the game, and I think that's one of the major problems with the game apart from ranked right now. Casual players don't really have a way to actually play the game and are lacking many reasons actually to go on and actually play the game. I don't know how this is not a thing either. Like, why is there no way to, like, there's barely any ways to actually spend credits or earn credits. I think the only way is to actually get credits in this game, which is your main form of like non-premium currency, is to rank strikers up with affinity levels. And the only other way is through account levels. When you reach a higher account level, there's a chance of getting like 2,000 or like 5,000 credits sometimes if you rank up your account level. Apart from that, I don't think there's like any ways to really earn credits in this game, nor is there any ways to really actually like spend credits, which I think really sucks. I think the only thing that's actually like you're gonna be spending credits on is mainly strikers. And if you're somebody like me that has pretty much all the strikers already unlocked, and even including the newest ones, because you just end up saving up so many credits per patch, to where like you have so many credits you can just buy the new striker day one, even if it's 50,000 credits, and still have a bunch left over before another one gets released. I think that's just a major problem. I think they should be adding more skins, whether they're just recolors or like actual skins, or even like making emotes purchasable with credits or that type of thing. I really don't know. I feel like they need to add something else to the game to where you can actually spend credits on them, or like spend credits for it, and more ways to actually earn credits. Because otherwise, the only other way you can maybe get a bit of amount of credits is actually through daily login challenges, for like your daily or weekly challenges, which those are usually around about 500 to 1,000 credits, which aren't really that much at all anyways, so I don't think those really matter. Another thing too is the battle pass. I don't know about you guys, but I think I got the battle pass. I never even bought the battle pass, which I think the only things in the battle pass that are actually worth the money are the skins. Everything else in the battle pass, apart from the 2 or 3 skins that are actually in the current battle pass in-game right now, are legit just worthless garbage. They gotta improve the battle pass for this next season once we get a new one here in about a month or two, and they gotta make the battle pass more difficult to complete. I don't know about you guys, but I never even bought the Battle Pass, and I think I finished it just by playing the game, like, for a decent amount over, like, the first 2 or 3 weeks the game was released, out of beta, when it was first released. And I've had the Battle Pass maxed out to, like, level 50 or whatever it is, and it's been maxed out ever since up until now. And I'm just getting a bunch of Battle Pass EXP, and I'm not even getting anything for it. So more Battle Pass levels, more rewards for levels. That'd be really great, and better stuff in the Battle Pass. It's not filler garbage and a bunch of stuff that actually matters. More goal explosions, I don't know, recolors to skins, like something that's actually decent would be great. I don't know. I don't know what else they actually had, though. That's up for them to decide, and for you guys to decide, I guess, in the comments down below. Let me know what you guys think they should add to the Battle Pass to make it a lot better. And then another main thing too is I feel like the reason, like, in-game mini events. We had one with Octavian Vice being released. You could pick a side, whether it was punk rock or like EDM, and I think Octavian might have won that. I'm not sure. And then recently we had Juno's Cafe Classic or whatever, like Mini Coco Classic. Pretty much what it was, there's like a bunch of like limited time maps, and you could pick like 1 out of 4 teams. And you can get like free emotes if your team actually won, and then they added a few recolors of Juno in the store for you to buy. Not really something that like either like a casual or even like a player that plays the game a lot is really gonna even be playing that much. I played 1 game of the LTM and I was instantly bored. And, like I don't know what the mini LTMs are fine, like it's good to have those, but I feel like they need more meaning. The rewards need to be better and they need to mean more and be more frequent. That's just another thing. That's kind of more of a criticism, though, that at least for me, some people might think it was fun, and for what it was good for the game. I don't know. Another thing, too, now we're going to get into more of, like, the quality of life changes for the game. That was more of, like, the reasons, like, more quality of life for, like, players that play casual, more reasons to, like, play the game. Here's some major quality of life changes for the game. Now, if you guys don't know, at least for me, this is 100% opinionated, like I said, but at least for me, from personal experience, the majority of my matches last either from around 3 minutes all the way up to sometimes to like 28 to 30 minutes sometimes. And being that their matches are either just really fast or they just go on forever in a game like this, I feel like that needs to really be changed and worked on, so it's more of like a middle type range. I think games should not go more than 10 minutes in this game. I really do. It's one of the more of those. The game's more of a fast-paced game. It really is. Like you should not be having matches that last as long as like a Smite or like a League of Legends Conquest match in like a MOBA. It's a fast-paced type of game, so like that's kind of what matches should be. That you should have really match that lasts more than like 10 minutes. Some major quality of life changes I think they should actually do to the game to overall improve the timing of the matches and make the game more in line to where the game should be for like the genre of game and kind of what it is. I think they should actually remove the goal gates. That's number 1. I know there's some people that probably played in beta. I think in beta they actually had a time where there actually was no goal gates on a lot of the maps. I just think removing the goal gates would speed up the matchmaking and speed up the matches. That way the matches would not be like almost 30 minutes or 25 plus minutes long at sometimes, especially late game when you have goalies that have like full builds that are able to just pretty much body block goal gates and extend matches on purpose. Like I feel like just getting rid of the goal gates, it also allows a lot more outplay potential and allows a lot more like counterplay potential, not having to worry about breaking goal gates and doing that type of thing throughout the entire like first half of a round. Number 2 is bring back Infinite Awakenings, which should be really easy to bring back because, at least when I'm recording this, they actually removed Infinite Awakenings from the game around about a month ago. I don't know why they actually did, I really don't, but that was a huge blunder on their part, why they actually removed those. I feel like right now with the Awakenings, if you're not like top 3 picks and you're not doing good, I think you just get ultimately punished because you're not able to get the Awakenings that you actually want for your striker that you're playing. And it just makes the game feel like shit for whatever you're playing. If you're not doing incredibly good, you pretty much get punished if you're like one of the last 3 picks of a match, because you're guaranteed to usually have your Awakenings sniped away from you. Now that there's no Infinite Awakening to have a chance to at least get something decent that you want to build. It just makes your striker feel like shit to play, or it makes you change plans entirely and want to try to go into an entirely different build, and even sometimes not even being able to make that work most of the time, depending on what the next couple rounds of Awakenings are and how you do good in the next couple sets. Another major thing, that is the most major thing I think that should actually do to actually improve the game and kind of make the times more around your 5 to 10 minute mark max for matches. I would actually add a tick damage and movement speed hindrance in like the goal of your side. So if the enemy team is sitting in your ally goal, and if they're in your goal box, which is like the blue area or like the colored area on your side of the map, and they're just standing there, they're constantly in your goal, just trying to stuff them into your goal or core flip into your goal, they would start taking damage after 3 seconds, and they would have a 25%, even maybe more or even less. They would kind of have to play with that number, but they would start taking damage and having a movement speed debuff after about 3 seconds, which is also a number that could be changed depending on how it is. But I think that's something the game really does need, especially in your middle to higher tiers of play. I feel like everybody, like what people do is you'll have somebody on the enemy team, especially when you're playing goalie, they'll have somebody sit in your goal 99% of the game. And if you're playing like a goalie like Era or like some other goalie that can't really deal with somebody or get somebody out of your goal, and especially if you're solo queuing, it makes the game so unfun. Just having somebody constantly sitting in your goal and constantly going after you. You can't really even do your job. And I feel like there's just no way to really actually dissuade people from actually doing that unless you actually put more of a hindrance and a penalty for people just sitting in your goal. It also changes the game to where you can actually have to make plays, and you just can't plop somebody on your team into the enemy team's goal and have them sit there and bully the enemy goalie 90% of the game to get cheeky kills that way. It actually influences more of playmaking and that type of thing, and actually playing as a team in the mid part of the field where you should be playing most of the time, and letting the goalies actually defend, which is what they're supposed to do. I don't know, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Also, that would also probably be different depending on whether they actually would take the advice of number 1, which would be removing the goal gates, or not. That would also change, because if there's goal gates there, then the penalty would have to be lower if they do decide to go with that. If they remove the goal gates, then it'd be probably higher, so you don't have somebody sitting in your goal the entire time. I don't know, it would also depend on that. But let me know what you guys think about that in the comments down below. I think that'd be a really solid change for the game. I really do. Hopefully that gets implemented sometime in the future. I think that'd be really great to have. Let's talk about the other major problem with the game right now, which is actually ranked. Now, if you guys don't know ranked, I actually, those of you guys that have been watching my channel a long time, you guys know I played Paladins. If you guys are new to my channel, you guys don't know what Paladins, you guys are thankful and you guys are lucky, because if you guys know what Paladins is, pretty much it's one of the worst, I don't know, I would say probably the worst FPS shooter, first-person shooter, at least still going right now. Probably the most buggy one for sure. If I have some Paladins gameplay, I'll probably throw it in the background right now, but what that game was so known for being bad for was, first of all, the game was unplayable and just a buggy pile of shit. But number 2 was having the worst ranked out of almost any game currently. And the problem with Paladins ranked is that ranked legit did not matter at all. It had 0 matchmaking and meant absolutely nothing. And there was nobody getting banned, and there was pretty much no punishment for anybody that would just go into ranked or troll, leave mid-match, or throw games. And that is pretty much the exact same problem with Omega Strikers right now. Omega Strikers ranked is legit a absolute fucking joke, and it is almost on the same level, if not the same level of Paladins ranked right now. First of all, Omega Strikers ranked. What am I doing to actually play Omega Strikers ranked? And what am I going to get if I really want to get a high tier rank? The only thing you get if you get to gold is that you get a free gold explosion for getting to gold. What else do you actually get for getting a higher rank in Omega Strikers? Unless you happen to get the top 500. There is legit nothing, at least that I know of. Let me know in the comments down below. What do you actually get if you get a higher rank, or a really high rank in Omega Strikers that actually makes you want to rank up and actually play ranked? That's the only thing I know of. There's really no reason to play ranked at all in the game right now, which is main problem number 1. Problem number 2 it is pretty much, it's ranked at, like, there's a surrender option in ranked, but like the surrender option doesn't really do anything because most of the time people don't surrender the game anyways and you end up just wasting your time. The problem with surrender right now, like, it's a good option to have, they added it recently, but the problem with surrender right now is you have to wait till you're down by 2 rounds. If you have a team that has somebody that leaves within the first 5 minutes of a game, if it's not within the first 2 minutes of a match, the game will not cancel, an auto cancel, which a lot of people know that, so they just wait after like 3 minutes of a match and then they'll intentionally leave, so the match does not cancel and they do not get punished. You should be able to surrender if you lose 1 round. That is the major surrender thing, and it should only require a vote of 2 players. Having to have an entire team vote to surrender makes the surrender option most times useless, and it kind of holds people hostage in a game that they don't want to play. Especially a match they are losing, or they have people on our team that are just throwing their match. I don't know how many games I try to surrender, and I'll be the only one that tries to surrender. Meanwhile, I have 2 trolls on my team, one of which probably is AFK, and the other one that's just hitting the goal from the enemy team into our own goal and just feeding them free points the entire match, and then I'll be stuck in a match where I could be finding a new match and reporting the people on my team and moving on, but instead I'm wasting time staying in a match that I'm never going to win. So that's just problem number 1. Next problem is ranked needs text and voice chat feature. Now this probably should have been number 1 as well, but I don't know how ranked does not have like an in-match or like even like an in-between round when you're picking your awakenings, like a text chat at the very least, let alone like a voice chat. I don't even think the entire game has voice chat at all. Even in like custom games or whatever, I don't think voice chat even exists in the game, which is something they'll probably add later on down the line. I think they did say something about adding voice chat and text chat at some point. Hopefully that gets added, because ranked without text chat, especially mid-match text chat, and being able to like talk over voice chat makes ranked like so unbearable to play, because you have an entire team, especially if you're solo queuing, that are just pretty much playing like in the dark. Nobody knows what they want to do, and unless you roll with like what your team's trying to do, or if they roll with you, like everybody's just doing their own thing, it would make it a lot easier to communicate with your team and actually make the matches a lot better with communication and people that actually want to play the game. I don't know how that's not even a thing. But adding text and voice chat would be great for the game. Like I said, they might end up adding that in the future, which I think they did talk about a while back. It's just going to take a lot of time for them to add it. Hopefully that ends up coming to the game here this next season or down the line a few months from now. Other thing too is the ranked matchmaking and the queue times need a full redo. I don't know what they actually base the matchmaking on. I really don't, let alone if there actually is any ranked matchmaking with this game. I really do not. It seems like the majority of my queues, especially even like during the midday with like everybody should be playing, my average queue times are anywhere from 5 minutes to around about 15 minutes. And I've even had matches where I'm sitting in ranked queue for like 20 minutes and still haven't got a game. And that does not make any of the matchmaking even better. If anything, I think waiting even longer makes the matchmaking somehow worse. I don't know, I was like mid-tier silver, and I was, a couple days ago, I was trying to play ranked, and like I was waiting a queue for like 10 plus minutes every single time. And I was being paired with like bronze players every single match for waiting 10 plus minutes. The matchmaking in this game is garbage, needs an entire rework and entire rebuild from the ground up, even if it does exist. I don't even think it does most times. And the queue times need to significantly like be less. Like I do not want to have to sit and wait in a queue time for like 5 minutes to get paired with a bunch of fucking losers on my team and have the game be done in 5 minutes. There are some matches where I actually wait longer in a ranked queue time than the match actually itself lasts. I'll be waiting in ranked queue for like 10 minutes and I'll have like a 5 minute match, and the game will be done by then. It should never be like that. That was also another issue with Paladins as well, that the queue times would take forever, and like half the matches would even be like less than some of the queue times, depending on where you were queuing from and like what region you were. I don't know. And then another thing is the trolls, the leavers, and the throwers, they all need to start getting mask banned. I don't know, like, if any of the devs watch this video and see this video, like, let me know in the comments down below, are you guys actually banning anybody? because I don't see anybody getting banned, and nor do I see anybody else seeing anyone get banned. Do you guys actually ban people in ranked that actually go into ranked, leave after 3 minutes, leaving your team at a 2-3 disadvantage, throw the game, just sitting AFK, emoting, that type of thing, or like legit throwing the match, whether it's hitting the enemy core into your own goal, feeding the enemy team's goal, or like just running into the enemy team, sitting in the enemy team's goal and doing nothing, that type of thing, or just like feeding them free kills, letting them freely get KO'd off the map, padding their stats, padding their levels. Like, do you guys actually ban anybody, and does actually anybody ever get banned from this game? Because I feel like the trolls, the leavers, and the throwers like legit run ranked right now. It is so rare to where you actually get a ranked match that one team does not have somebody that either leaves or throws their match or starts trolling once they start losing and go down maybe 1 or 2 sets. Wow. That is why I don't play ranked, and that's why I do not want to touch ranked. There you go. There you go. She just threw the match. She is over there trying to help us when we already have 2 people over there trying to break the goal gate. And instead of sitting there and defending in case she core flips, she doesn't, and she comes up and helps us and teleports out of the way on purpose and throws the entire match for us.
I orchestrated.
This is like a prime example of every ranked game, y'all. The goalie's fucking... He left! The goalie left the fucking game. This is an every fucking ranked game type of thing, y'all. The enemy team has somebody that leaves, and then I have somebody that left my game. The guy throws my fucking match, and then he leaves. How do you honestly call this ranked? I can't believe this is fucking ranked. Oh, the Octavia's AFK. That's nice. AFK. Another player in my ranked team that is AFK. He is gone. He's not coming back. He's gonna leave. He's AFK. He's not gonna come back. Just standing AFK. The guy is... I don't know what he's doing. He's AFK.
Still on top.
What did I just say before I even loaded into this match? Like, it does not fucking matter what you play. Because your teammates are going to either go AFK and leave the game, or somebody's going to throw your match for you, and what's happening? Legit, exactly what I said was going to happen is happening. Every game is what... This is what happens. Every game. I really want to know how the people on my team were gold too. Like, how is the Juliet and how was the Estelle on my team? How are they gold players? How are they they somehow a higher rank than me, but like they're somehow not even as good? They're at like playing at like a bronze or even like a silver type of like player type level. Yeah, they're somehow in gold. Don't know. Major thing for the game, you guys need to start mass banning people. Start mass banning accounts that continually get reported for trolling, griefing, or throwing, that type of thing, or just sitting AFK or leaving the match. It is so unfun and makes ranked legit unbearable to play. It's really bad. Then another main thing too is like ranked, like apart from being like a casual player, which we talked about earlier, like if you don't want to play casually, like the only other option right now for the game and for a reason to play is ranked. And when ranked is as bad as it is, nobody wants to play ranked, and then you have people that don't want to play casually, and they can't play ranked with how much issues and how bad it is, so they just end up not playing the game, which has kind of been me over the last couple weeks. I went from playing the game a lot to like only being able to really play ranked because there's not really much reason for me to play currently, and then with ranked being so bad, I haven't really even been playing the game at all over the last few weeks. And that's where I am right now. That's kind of the reason why I'm making this video with a new season on the way here in a few weeks as well. So just hoping some of this stuff either gets addressed or gets known or gets fixed in the future. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What I talked about in this video. Do you guys have the same experience and the same thoughts that I do? If I'm speaking out of my ass and I'm saying bullshit, let me know as well. If you guys think what I'm saying is completely stupid or completely unnecessary, or like should not change, or like whatever the stuff I'm saying is should not change at all, or is like bad takes, let me know as well. 100% opinionated. I won't crucify you in the comments or ban you unless shit gets out of control, but like I'm down to listen to other people's opinions and that type of thing. It takes a lot to get banned from the comments. I don't bench anybody, but that type of thing. I know, same with ranked. Let me know what you guys think about ranked. Do you guys have the same experiences with ranked, at least that I've been having recently? Let me know what you guys think of ranked and that type of thing. Like I said, this video is not like a hate video. It's not to bash the game. Overall, the game's fun. Like the overall, like ending this video, Omega Strikers right now for a free-to-play game, just to play casually, like every once in a while, the game's great. There's not really many major bugs with the game. There's a few bugs, but you don't really notice them, or they're really rare and they don't happen very much. And they usually end up getting fixed. The game runs really good, especially on the Switch. Doesn't crash ever. There's some FPS drops sometimes, but I think that's mainly the person's Wi-Fi. I think that was actually my Wi-Fi most of the time. Then I get FPS drops. But the game runs great. Like, there's a lot of upside to the game as well. Like, the game ain't bad at all, but like, there's just some stuff the game really does need to improve on going forward. And like I said, the game has only been out for 4 months, at least out of beta for 4 months, so there's plenty of time to actually change the game. My main issue is I don't want to see the game get released out of beta to an officially released game, just like Paladins did 5 years ago, and then have the game like go out of beta and be officially released, and then as time goes on, the game somehow gets worse and worse over time, to the point where the player base drops off, and then it pretty much dwindles out and fizzes into nothing. Like that's the main problem. So I don't think that will happen. I don't think Odyssey is as stupid as Hi-Rez is. I really don't. I think they actually have a brain and they actually know how to make a game and actually keep a game going, unlike Hi-Rez. But it's kind of food for thought, I guess. Kind of just want to leave that out there and kind of say that towards the end. Like I said, let me know what you guys think. Leave a like, subscribe, share the video. I will be doing some more Omega Striker stuff on the channel. We have a new season here. I think it's mid-August or end of August, September, sometime around there, they said. So I may not be doing much more ranked, but I do plan on doing some more pubs and uploading some more stuff in the near future. So also do a bunch more stuff over here on the channel. If any of that interests you guys, feel free to stay tuned to the channel. I'm gonna get out of here. Peace out, everybody. Thanks for stopping by.